Hour, the show for the thinking fan. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brian Kenny. On this show, we talk tactics and trends in the game. Heavy baseball-y plays with the White Sox and Padres today. Guys are very heads up in some places, and that matters at the highest level. Dan O'Dowd and Chris Young are on the panel. Rob Parker in the showdown. And joining us today, Phillies GM Preston Mattingly. His dad went to work for him recently. Phillies have won 16 of 20, all in the family. And we'll go in depth into that 1-0 Padres win over the Dodgers, San Diego taking back first place. But first, the strike zone challenge system, it's a big hit in year one. It adds strategy and tactics. It changes missed calls. But what is the overall effect on offense? How many walks are there anyway? Let's do a little digging in and learn something here. The electronic strike zone is consistent. Ben Clemens of Fangraphs, though, has written that the top of the strike zone has shrunk 3 inches from last year. That zone is different. It's come down. The challenge success rate, the challenges, 53.5%, which also means almost a good half of the calls considered bad are actually just fine. So it depends on how you look at it. But what is the effect? Check out the slash lines through May 19th, 2025, and then entering May 19th, 2026. So almost the same number of games. We try to get apples to apples here. Runs per game, right? 8.7 last year. It's 8.88, up a bit. Batting average, 244 to 241. On base, 316 to 320. Slugging, 395, then down to 390. So the slash line is very, very similar. Strikeout rate, the same. Walk rate, now that's jumped up 8.7% to 9.4%. Again, runs per game gone up just a bit, but we're talking about the effect on the ecosystem of offense and defense. I'm looking at this, it's no major disruption. So let's look at the walk rates the last few years. I also put up runs per game in the same span. Now, the walk rate certainly has gone up, right? It's in the 8% range, 8.2, 8.6, 8.2, 8.4, 9.4. That's gone up. Runs per game, though, really not much of a difference at all. Not really affected. Right in line with 2021, 2024. It's a bit below. 8.90 last year, 8.88. It's early. It's getting hot just about now when offense does increase. But as much as the strike zone challenge has boosted the walk rate, it really has not changed overall offense. By the way, strikeouts about the same as last year. Home runs per game down slightly. Again, within the norms of the last 10 years, which is to say it's high historically, but normal. These things, the 3 true outcomes, we know. But the challenge system has not shaken the foundation. One thing that stands out, batting average continues to shrink. This season, we're seeing the 3rd lowest batting average in baseball history. It's 241 right now. Only 1968 and 1908 were lower. That's the year of the pitcher and then a dead ball season from the bygone days. So it leaves us with this. Just how many walks are happening, really? 8 of the top 10 walk rates come between 1947 and 1956, kind of smack in the middle of the Yogi Berra era. You have 2 years from the juiced years, 2000, the home run hitting era, 1999 as well. Big power, big walks, big dudes. And then you have this year, here we go, 9.4%. It would fit in right there, like on pace to crack the top 10 or 11. If you take out intentional walks, 2026 would jump up to the very top at 9.2%, but still just be tied for 6th overall in walks per game. There are several ways of looking at it. We looked at it 100 different ways between last night and today. I have to say, late 40s, early 1950s, that's the golden era. That's a good brand of baseball. But batting averages were higher back then, and the walk percentage was higher than the strikeout rate. Now the strikeout rate is more than double the walk rate. That's the problem. So here's the thing. The strike zone implemented this year is 53.5% of a player's height, down to 27% of a player's height. That is what is being fed into the electronic strike zone. If Major League Baseball wants fewer walks, they can enlarge that strike zone, whatever they want. But if they do that, be prepared for more strikeouts. And I think we can agree, we already see enough strikeouts. All right, there you go. Let us know what you think. What do you make of the higher walk rate to begin this season? It is higher. Again, everything else is within statistical norms. Dan O'Dowd and Chris Young are here. Dan, great to see you again.
You too, BK.
Chris, you and I worked a bunch of MLB Tonight's right at the start of the, by the way, do you like my Don Mattingly right in here?
That looks good.
Yes, Don Mattingly, folder right there. Show some respect to a guy slugging 550 with a 5% strikeout rate, Dan. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty good.
I get diverted. All right, I'm distracted. We're talking to Preston Mattingly of the Phillies coming up later. You said to me in those early shows, and I had to really think about it, and I didn't know the answer. You said, I think the challenge system is going to help offense. Is it?
Yes, I think it is, even if we're not seeing it on a macro level, and even if the overturn rate is only at 50%, let's say, you're still talking about well over 1,000 pitches that have been overturned, which on the micro level is changing individual at-bats throughout a season. I can think of multiple at-bats throughout the season. I can think of Aaron Judge. We're going to talk about Zach Neto, who had a challenge which ended up and turned into a home run. There's a lot of at-bats that are happening to where you're seeing leverage counts shift very quickly, and you're seeing hitters end up having a lot of success from it. And I feel like I'm seeing that more so than I'm seeing the pitcher getting a pitch back. So I feel like this is a huge advantage for hitters, and I think it has changed the entire ecosystem of hitters understanding the strike zone and there being a concrete strike zone. There was a time as a young player when you come up, you really have no clue what the strike zone is because you could have Greg Maddux standing on the mound and you're coming in with 1 day of service. Your strike zone is going to be absolutely huge. And I think of an at-bat. I think of A.J. Ewing when he made his debut with the Mets. And watching his debut on a micro level, this is just one game, he worked a couple at-bats. But it wasn't blatant balls. It wasn't 4 balls, no strikes. It was very close pitches where he was able to get the call in these moments. And I'm thinking of the minor league players that are coming up, the Kevin McGonagals, the A.J. Ewings, Travis Pisano, Roman Anthony, Nick Kurtz even on a power level. There's so many young players that are coming up right now that understand the strike zone better, in my opinion. As more time goes by, you'll continue to be more confident as you continue to calibrate your mind to what the strike zone is. And as the year goes on, guys are going to understand the difference of what a strike and a ball is, and I think pitchers are going to be forced into the zone.
It's a really good point because McGonigal and Bazana are so quick to boom, nope, you know, like right away.
Confidently.
And I'm thinking these guys are rookies. They're taking those challenges right away. All right, you look at the game from a broad level, Dan. So tell me, what do you see happening here?
Okay, first of all, I think the ABS system is the greatest technology in the game since the advent of the radar gun. And let me tell you why, because I do every point Chris made. I agree with every point you made. I agree with. We're on pace for 10,000 less swings this year than any other year. There's defined focus in an at-bat and soft focus. I think hitters up to this point in time recognize the value of the strike zone, but I think it was in a very soft focus standpoint. In the back of their mind, I've got to get into plus counts. Because of the ABS system, now I think they go to the plate with a very defined focus. For me, why they're not swinging at pitches, it's not because they don't recognize it's a ball or strike now. They want to pitch in a certain zone within that zone, what they call their nitro zone, to do damage with. And I think that's going to become, I think slug's going to go up a lot more in our game because I think pitchers are going to be forced into the strike zone more. What Chris just said, I agree completely. But I think hitters are going to really take advantage of what they consider their pitch within a strike zone.
Or, let me just throw in, will it be, and I threw it at you just before we came on the air, in the Al Leiter era, right? We work with Al, but that was the mindset of don't give in. Remember the pitchers from the 70s, 80s, 90s all said, don't, and actually the aughts, the steroid era, don't give in, meaning if you walk a guy, Tom Glavine pitched like this, if you walk a guy, it's better than damage. I don't know what's going to go up now. I really don't.
Yeah, I think walks are going to kind of stabilize. I do think there's going to be more balls put into play eventually, and I think we're going to see balls come off the bat at very high exit velocities. So I think this rule change has been incredibly good for the game. I think we just need to give it some time to let it kind of play out through the course of the industry.
You know, you're right. Had I written this essay 2 weeks ago, the walk rate would have seemed vastly different. It's already, I wouldn't say stabilized, but it's already at a certain level and it's coming down a bit. So things can definitely change within the season. All right, let's get into this now. Padres and Dodgers, this is a big series. Now, 1-0 San Diego win, kind of a classic matchup between these two powerhouses, and the Padres overtake first place. We're going to look at it, fellas, through this lens, baseball-y plays. And let's start with Rodolfo Durán. Major impact on this game. This 28-year-old rookie throwing out Mookie Betts early. Look at this throw.
Yeah, this is the perfect pitch for him to throw on. Also, you have Freddie Freeman in a 3-2 count. Mookie is trying to steal a base, but you understand you're trusting Freddie to put the ball in play right there.
Oh, so strike zone challenge here. Gets the strikeout on Max Muncy. So this guy, you can see his framing already, Dan. The guy's a good framer.
Yeah, he's really perfected his craft over a long period of time to catch the ball like that.
He had 3 overturns, and then he throws out Ohtani. 3 overturned into strikes, throwing out 2 base runners. runners. It's a major win probability impact.
That's it. That's an impact player right there at a very important position.
And then, here we go, ABS challenge of the day. Mason Miller walked the first two guys, super closer, best in the game, but he walks the first two guys, and now that's a 2-0 count, except Durán challenges, just gets it, and from there, 11 straight strikes from Mason Miller. He got a flyout, strikeout, ground out. You're talking about it, Chris, the big change in leverage in the counts. Or sometimes you change it from a 2-0 to a 1-1. It changes everything.
And the pitcher's mindset. There's a lot of times, even with the best pitchers in the game, if you see them get into a rut to where they continue to throw ball after ball after ball, all they have to do is execute that one pitch, and it gets them locked back in. Similar to a hitter who gets that bloop base hits, it gets you locked back in. Right now, Rodolfo using the challenge system to get Mason Miller back into the at-bat, and it completely changed his mindset.
The one thing I think everybody missed on that one pitch was how he caught it. If he catches that ball with his glove turned out, going away from the plate, I don't think he challenges the call. The fact that he got his glove around a Mason Miller four-seam running back in on him and stuck it, gave him in his mind, that pitch is close enough to challenge.
You know what, Dan, just you saying that makes me think, as I'm watching him last night, I'm thinking, what? And I'm thinking Patrick Bailey. There's something he's doing. It's the quickness of his hands. It's something, it's how soft he collects it.
I don't know if we can pull it up again, but watch how he catches this. First of all, think about the velocity he's catching that ball at. Okay.
Magic.
What he just did was really, it's 101. Most catchers catch that, and it moves away from his glove. Going into the batter, he catches it and pulls it.
Yeah, even for his mental.
So his mental part was, my gosh, he had two challenges. He should have done it anyway, but it was automatic because in his mind, the way he caught it and framed it, that was a strike.
Hey, the Padres do have first place. I know the run differential is what it is. They're a pretty good team. Their A squad at the very least. I think so. It was Michael King. He had tremendous stuff. They go to Jason Adam, then they go to Miller. So A squad Padres, they're formidable.
Oh, absolutely. You watching Michael King on the mound yesterday. D-Row did an amazing breakdown on Michael King for his start yesterday. I mean, his sinker-slider combination that he's using, the changeup that he's having, that's exactly coming out of the same tunnel as his two-seamer. He looked like one of the best pitchers in baseball yesterday, and you're watching those guys. And Castro being able to limit the damage, not allowing the Dodgers to be able to use their running game at all. When you're talking about a 1-0 game, that's the difference between a win and a loss.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is, like Dave Roberts said it so well, if you're behind seventh inning with the Padres, you're losing the game.
Absolutely.
They didn't even deploy Mohan and Estrada. I mean, they've got weapons galore in the back end. They're the best bullpen in the game.
Well, you know what? It reminded me, and guys, we were working late last year, when the Padres lost Jason Adam, they still had so much in the bullpen, not enough was made of. No. They lost the kill shot. Because when you go Morejon to Adam to Miller, you got very little shot. When they lost him, it changed things a little bit, and they got bumped out in the playoffs. With everybody, they're tough to beat.
And you have to win those games. You have to win those 1-0 games, because the games, when you lose those, you give credit to Michael King, say Michael King went out and pitched the gym, and you still lost the game. There's so many teams, the Mets right now, you see so many teams going through very similar challenges. The Tigers as well. When they have a good start, they're not able to capitalize on those wins. The Padres are winning those close ones right now.
All right, we'll take a short break. When we come back, bring your dad to work day. There we go. Dad, you ready? Come on, we're running late. We got to go. Preston Mattingly, general manager of the Phillies, and his dad, the manager, winning 16 of 20. That's next.
MLB